Hey guys, in this video I wanted to talk a bit about that feeling I got being overwhelmed by the quantity of new brushes in these iPad apps like Procreate and ARTSTUDIO Pro, and all of this kinda negatively affecting my art. Before drawing digitally, I used only a few tools and had my favorites, like mostly fin tip micron markers, and I used a very limited amount of different tools on each piece, and often just one marker actually. I only realized everything I gained by restricting myself when I started to convert over to digital and started playing with all the new brushes. It's now been almost 10 years on digital and I still sometimes lose myself to the allure of all these cool brushes available now. But what I started realizing painfully is that the satisfaction I get from my work is inversely proportional to the number of brushes used during its creation. Like, the more different tools I use, the more the finished piece just looks like a mishmash of different techniques. And it has this I'm just testing stuff look, even when I'm really trying seriously and not just sketching around. For example, I would use all the specific tools to design backgrounds, cloud and plant brushes, use shapes in 3D for building and architecture, but then the character in the scene was drawn in a more comic style with black outlines like I usually do, and it would appear so disjointed next to the background. It really seemed like I only drew the character, but the rest was not me. Well, I did it, but it wasn't my stuff. That's why, if you ever find yourself thinking your art style lacks cohesion, I think it's a good thing to limit yourself to a minimal set of tools on a specific piece. You can try however many brushes you want, but try to use them by groups that go well with each other, on separate pieces. And you'll find it will help you grow your mastery of the specific tools and also add to the visual appeal of the global image. Also, when you use only a limited amount of tools, I think you progress quicker in your skills because you're less focused on discovering the tool and more so on your technique. The video you see in the background is me trying to utilize only one brush from the new ARTSTUDIO Pro 3.0 update from start to finish. And I'm actually quite proud of the result. I can feel that I'm improving with the tool even during this painting alone. And this wouldn't have been the case if I constantly switched tools to paint the different parts of the image. One other benefit of using only one tool is this will develop your ability to render different surfaces and textures. Like, if you use a specific brush for each texture, you'll end up with something a lot more sterile and photographic usually, and you'll rob yourself of this learning experience. When limited by the tool, you'll have to study and understand the material you want to illustrate, whether it's fabric, tree bark, rocks, a transparent surface, metal, or etc. All these surfaces need different rendering techniques to get their feel across the image, and I think just observing and trying to get the feel across while sketching with a basic black pencil, pen, marker, brush is an extremely good exercise to improve your skill. Of course, I'm not condemning the use of pre-made brushes for textures or even image blending, but this is usually something more used in domains like concept art, where time is crucial and you need to convey exactly what the scene is about rather than try to impose your style on the image. So in the end, while apps like Procreate and ARTSTUDIO Pro offer a huge amount of brushes by default, and they are all really nice to use, I love them, I feel that it can become a detriment to your overall progression if you're still struggling with the digital medium like I am, in which case I'd recommend you try to limit yourself and finish an image with only a couple of brushes. Well, at least that's what I'm also trying to do right now, and I finally see some progress again after stagnating for a while, so I think it's a good idea. If you're already a master by drawing digitally, just disregard everything I said. You don't even need my advice. Why are you here? No, just kidding. Please give me advice. Well, and that's it for me. If you like this video, please leave a like down below. It just takes a second and it actually does help. You can also consider subscribing if you'd like to see more of my content. So bye for now guys, and keep creating.